Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's YouTube video, I just felt very passionate about this one instance in my business right now that I just wanted to come on here and talk about it with you guys, let you guys know exactly what I'm going through right now in this current situation. So the situation is, one of my clients, we've been working together for we're coming up on, this is the third week in the program. And for the first week, he didn't eat the required amount that I'm requiring you to start with. That way we can build the foundation. I can kind of see how your body adjusts to it, and we can make adjustments moving forward. So I let him know in that next check-in, hey, we have to eat more to get our metabolism firing and to ultimately get you the best results so I can make adjustments throughout your program. Well, that following week, he went through vacation. So he went to vacation. Obviously, if you're on vacation, I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to have a time, you're on vacation to relax and to just have a good time, not really think about the foods you're eating during that period. So I was like, dude, enjoy yourself. When you get back, then we'll get back to plan and we will start the real transformation. Well, he got back and he didn't reach out to me whenever I told him to schedule a call. And he was still eating under the amount that I had told him. And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, bro, if you don't follow the program, you're not going to see the results you want by the end of this. You literally reached out to me and hired me to get you this particular result, but I can't help you if you don't stick to the program. And it made me reflect on myself and who I am. It made me think, like, whenever I invested into mentorships and programs and different things, I've personally invested over $30,000 in mentorships and programs. And I'm not saying that to flex. I'm saying that to let you know my position and where I am currently. I've invested that much into mentorships, but it took me forever to realize that when I run into problems or whenever I keep trying to put myself in front of what I just invested in, ultimately it just leads me to keep spinning my wheels, and I never see the results I want, and I'm still lonely. I'm still stuck in my own position. But ultimately, the reason we invest in ourselves, is because that's what gets us to the next level. And if we keep sitting within ourselves and keeping our ego high, and we don't drop the ego, we don't step aside and just say, hey, you know what, I actually need help in this situation, and reach out to those who we've invested into, we will just stay stuck and we will never progress further. And I mean, literally, that's the whole reason why we got into the mentorship in the first place. I can say this, my first mentorship program I ever invested into, I invested $10K, like, for my first ever program. And I fell into that trap. I stayed stuck. I just gave $10,000 to an individual and I still stayed stuck. But ultimately, it was just because I wasn't the person ready to handle that yet. I wasn't the person ready to receive that help because I hadn't put my ego aside and I was still trying to do everything on my own. And that was the problem. And I didn't make any advancement within the business because it was a business investment, so I could start online coaching. Ultimately, the second program that I invested into, I started asking for help, taking their advice, when I was stuck, actually reaching out. But it took the second time of me doing that. And, some would look at that and say, man, you're fucking stupid. You just invested $10,000 and you didn't take any of the advice that you were given. But the truth is, yes, I was stupid. I think I was at that point, but that was just the man in me. I wasn't the person ready to receive that yet. I wasn't capable of receiving it, even though I just gave financial liquidity towards it, like I gave my money towards it. I wasn't the person ready to receive it yet. I was still chasing everything whenever I needed to take a step back and better myself and attract it versus chasing it. So anyway, coming back to the client, I am giving him 1 week inside the program yet. And if he doesn't cooperate, if he doesn't get within the program and start to understand that this is how we do things if we want to get the best result possible, I'm just going to kick him out of my program. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it isn't worth my stress if he isn't the person ready to receive it yet. Because at some point he will be, hopefully, or maybe not. Some people just never come around. But it isn't worth sacrificing my business and my standard for him. And that's a hard thing to understand. That is so hard for me because truthfully, the reason I got into this business is to help people and to get them that result they're looking for. But I can't help someone if they aren't ready to receive it yet. And I was in the exact same position, even with this second mentorship that I invested into. It took me literally 4 months of being in the program before finally I started listening to my coach and my mentor, before I actually took their advice and listened to what they say, because I became the person ready to receive it. It was just, it was a battle with myself that I had to get over. And once I got over it, once I understood who I was and what I really wanted to achieve, I knew that I had to listen to them in order to get the result I was looking for. But back to it's really hard to do that and to just kick him out of the program because I want him to get the best results possible. But it's not worth sacrificing my standard and what my business does just for him. Because ultimately, if I were to keep him in the program and he's still not following the results, he's not seeing what he wants to see, that looks bad on me because he's in my program. And if I don't get him the results, it's going to reflect on me as the coach that doesn't get people results. And I don't want that for my program. I want to uphold my standard to getting people the best results possible. And it's taken me a little bit to understand this, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's going to attract me the best people possible, the people that are actually ready to receive the knowledge that I'm giving them. And that's going to get them the best results possible so I can actually attract more people like that. So if you're in business right now or you're looking to become a business owner, understand that it isn't worth sacrificing your business just to help somebody with their transformation. Ultimately, yes, that's what we want to do, and it's a hard thing to come to terms with, and it's very hard for me personally to sit with that because I truly want to help this individual. He came to me whenever his mental spot was just not in the right place because he looked the worst he ever has. He's gained the most weight he ever has. He's a business owner as well. His business is doing phenomenal, but he stopped taking care of himself. And so that's why he reached out to me, hoping that I can get him that result. But right now, I'm giving him 1 week, but right now he just isn't the person to receive that knowledge yet. And that sucks. That hurts me deep inside. But you know what? We just have to keep on pushing. We have to keep on going, keep on climbing. Not let that hold me back, but take it as a learning experience and a moment to self-reflect on myself that, I was in his position. I understand where he is. And if I keep chasing him, he will never get it. If I stop chasing and I just let him know, hey, this is my standard, you either show up or you don't, and if not, I'm going to kick you out. Maybe he'll come around, but maybe not. And if not, I just have to understand that not everybody is changeable. Not everybody is ready to receive it yet. You can always lead the horse to water, but you can't always get the horse to drink. And I've heard that. We actually, even the client that I brought in, he told me that before coming to the program, but right now he's being the horse and I can't get him to drink, so I'm just going to have to let him go by, which, like I said, at the end of the day, that hurts. That hurts me inside, but in order for my business sake and for my standard, I just have to let him go. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm struggling with, actually. I'm just going to be honest. I'm struggling with that very deeply and mentally right now. And I want to make this video just to be transparent about that. And if you guys ever experience a situation where people are giving you knowledge, but you aren't the person ready to receive it yet, it'll never work. It'll never work. I've been there. This client that I have right now, he is there right now, but we just keep pushing at the end of the day. Ultimately, better yourself to track the opportunities. Stop chasing them, because when you chase them, you're going to put that energy towards chasing it and not that energy into yourself to better yourself to be able to attract that opportunity. So yeah, I hope you guys, if you stayed this far in the video, I appreciate you. Leave a like, comment something interesting about this video that you found. Many more YouTube videos to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.